So as many of you know, we've had some rain days these last couple days, and didn't really vlog much during those rain days. But one of the things that we worked on, I did quite a bit of painting here at my house. Painted this fuel tank and painted some of my fences around and the shed back here. But along with the painting, sprucing up some things, also put a new fuel pump here on this fuel tank. This is a Briaro fuel transfer pump, 20 gallons a minute, and it has worked really good so far. Our old one went bad. I replaced it with this one. It's fast, works good, automatic shut off. So, and it looks good too. Got a little paint on it though, which I was using my paint sprayer, so that's why that happened. But yeah, it looks a lot better around here. Evan, our hired high schooler who just graduated high school, he painted all these fences. Looks really nice. Just used a glove and some paint, so. Meet the Peterson family. Our dad, the three Peterson brothers, and our families farm together in central Kansas. Our family farm started in 1882 and has been raising cattle and crops ever since. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like and a comment if you enjoy the video.
Okay, the cows have been locked off the pond dam for a while. I was gone and raining and real muddy. Now a lot of what they had eaten got covered up by water, which is a good thing. That's what it's here for. I checked this fence, it's still hot. I gotta go check the other fence and then I'll be ready to turn them out. Sorting heifers. Most of these would have been born in the fall, purchased by us in March, February. Some of them been on feed since then, and now we're sorting them up. These are the ones that aren't gonna sell until July. Well, we aren't gonna have dusty pins for a while. Taking out pin 6, and it's a good thing I did all that scraping because there's a hard bottom, you know, right underneath that slime on the top from the rain. And so the cattle aren't sinking in the mud. They just go to where there's dry spots in the pen. So we don't need too many out of this pen. We already have over 50, just a couple. They're from a very similar sort. Been on feed about the same amount of days. All right, here's our group that's about ready to sell. I'm gonna have to pull a few off because this is more than 60 at the moment. Greg's hopping over the fence to let the mediums out. They'll pair up with the mediums from pen 9. So we just sorted pen 6. We'll get it down to a load and then put them back in the pen.
All right, we're done sorting. Now putting all the different groups back in each pen.
These cattle that have been up in pen 3, which is a little closer to my house, and it's typically a starting pen, they're gonna go out to a big pen. They're going to pen 9. They will still get grower 1, but they are smaller cattle. They're gonna be with some cattle that have been getting split grower 1 and grower 2. So depending on how the numbers work out, they might start getting a little grower 2 after we sell. I'm still at 4 loads a day. Hey. So I'm doing 2 loads grower 2, 1 load grower 1, and a cow load. Since I came back from vacation, I changed it from 2 loads of grower 1 and 1 load of grower 2. And now is the best moment to remember to check for steers. So selling a load of heifers. If somewhere along the way, one was a fence crawler, or one got tagged wrong, or one just when we sorted steers and heifers was bolting and we missed it. This is where it's gonna show up for sure.
Checking another rainy day thing off the list here. Spout, or boot, I think as they call it, from the unloading auger has been getting awfully bad. And the plastic honestly isn't great, but we're probably gonna stretch it a little longer. I got this rubber flap, gonna get it on here. Wheat harvest is getting awfully close.
This turtle's got an audience as it crosses the road. What's up? Time to check this group of cows. They're coming to find me. They found me before I found them. I turned around and boom, they came over the hill. These bulls are both still here. And the cows, they want to move. I'm trying to decide whether to leave them for another day on this grass or not. There's a bunch of the calves. I guess I'll move them. We'll go to that paddock over there. Especially these draws have grown up to a lot of grass in the time since the last time they've been out. here. So I went back in my phone notes and looked. This paddock that I just turned the cows on has had 41 days of rest. So it's growing back pretty well. They'll get maybe 10 days here since it's only split up into 2 paddocks. This is the spot that they really like to be. This area grows really nice, cool season grasses. It's one of their favorite places to be when they're on this 80. Boy, it's got a lot of water standing there, but it's got shade. It's at the edge of a paddock, and instead of being in the middle of a paddock, and it's kind of fun to watch as we manage. I mean, as a rancher growing cows, you're really a grass farmer. So to manage the grass is kind of fun to see how it responds to different grazing intervals and amounts. Coming over to this corner, there's the neighbor's red cows. They're looking nice. Last year I was able to buy like 7 of those at the sale barn. Some of the lighter ones of his. I like buying calves from neighbors, but you kind of have to go through the sale barn. Like this fence line, this is the most common area for thistles, is this fence line here, so I'm looking. Let me know in the comments whether you like red cows more than black cows, because I like, well, you guys know probably what I like. I like black cows with a cross to them. Hereford cross making baldies, and then if I got baldies I want to go back to black, and those are really fun to watch grow. Reds, we've got some yellows and chars in there as well. They should be happy here, I would say, for even almost 2 weeks. It's grass farming, but the cows are the combine, and I don't have to plant any seeds. Take that, all you people who say beef is bad for the environment. Very low input right here. Very high quality beef. The corn is taking off. So it seems to grow a couple inches every day now. Got the planter stuff put away so it doesn't get rained on again. Well folks, it's raining some more. So we needed about another day before we could go back to planting of dry, but we didn't get that. So we'll take the rain and we'll let it soak up the ground a little more. I can feed in the rain, that's fine. We are, kind of finishing out the week here. It's Friday. It's very weird, the tasks that we are gonna do, we're doing in June during these days where the field work is not full speed. But what that means is all the stuff that still needs done in June just has a shorter time interval that we have to do it in. So when it dries out next week, which it looks like we're going to get 5 days in a row of sun, it is going to be hammered down because we'll have to finish planting full season, and that pretty much tells me it will be full season into wheat harvest, and then the planter and drill will not stop. They will just go straight into double crop. So that is fine with us. The best time to plant beans, whether they're full season or double crop, is early June.
Hello everybody, it's still raining. Just a light sprinkle this morning, but it's gonna keep everything wet. Last night we got the drill and planter home out of the field. They'd been left stranded in the field that last 60 hundredths we got. I'm gonna do a few things to these this morning. It looks like this is our last chance of showers. It'll warm up and we'll get these going and hit it hard. We've also been just working on little projects around the yard. I'm hoping to finish up the chicken run on my chicken coop, and we have a couple more trucks that need oil changes. Totally thankful for getting soaked up and having a wet end of May here, having some water run in the ponds. That's all really nice things with how dry it's been. If we were always guaranteed this, which sometimes we used to feel like we were, we would have probably pushed a little harder to plant in May. But you guys know we were chopping and doing other things. And we also, just how dry it's been, we like to wait till June or whatever, or have good moisture. I mean, in places we didn't even have moisture to plant into. Well, now we will. So, and we got plenty long growing season to grow some good things planted in June. It's usually a pretty good time around here. So
time to graze this pigweed forest before it has too many seed heads on it. They should eat this down pretty quick. I made a little path going out there, but There's a nice free feed for them. Waist high pigweeds with a lot of protein in them leaves. Those are like alfalfa leaves, basically. I gave them a little ration this morning, so they got a little something in their gut to slow it down. Taking these first 13 that were out of the pen, gonna add them to the 9 heifers that were grazing my dad's yard and pens, and they're gonna graze some weeds over here. And then when they finish up those 3 small spots, I'll put them all together back on the other pond dam. Every day that they eat weeds around the place and don't have to eat a full ration saves me, around $2 a head, and just takes a little bit of labor keeping the fences hot and checking on them, making sure they're all in the right place. Okay, so now that this pond is full, we had to fish our cross fence out of the water. It was down in there. I tied it up a little higher, and now I'm gonna tie up the other side, but we lost an insulator off that post, and then off a post over there I just had to yank them off because I didn't want to go swimming.
So we got another 80 hundredths of rain last night, and since we're good and soaked up now, a lot of this is running off, especially the feedlot here. I'm out here by our lagoon for the feedlot, and this is a sediment pool, I think it's called. The water runs here first, and the solids settle out of it so that we can come in here in the summer and clean this out and haul it out as manure. And then the water, which is cleaner than if it ran in here full speed, it slows down and drops the solids out and then runs in this thing. We got a tube, better not drop my phone. So that kind of filters it a little, and that keeps our lagoon from silting in. Our lagoon's only like half full, so we still got plenty of more room, and I'll show you guys the pond. So this is the big irrigation pond that has not been very big for 3 years, I think. And we still have, what do you think, 6 to 8 feet, maybe 10 feet before the spillway is this concrete thing right there. But we're gonna have some water to pump on some double crop milo. We actually have some repairs to make to that pivot, and now we have a little more incentive to do them because we actually have water to pump. We've maybe said it before, but Greg's system that we've been building over there with his irrigation pond, and he's going to water through the drip tape, is kind of our second system like this, because we've been doing this big pond for like 40 years. This was a railroad that went right here where this dam is, and then this railroad was too steep for the train to get up, so they moved it over there. So Grandpa in the 80s, when they moved it over there, he watched all this water run through this railroad culvert, and he thought, man, all I'd have to do is plug that hole and we'd have a lot of water stored up. That was kind of right when circle pivots were getting popular. That's what Dad worked on. He'd come out here with a tractor and a dirt machine and just move dirt like crazy. And it didn't start this big, but over the years we've made it bigger. Spring runoff is very typical for this area, especially in May. The last 3 years have been the anomaly. So now we're seeing this, and that's where Greg saw the same thing. He has water run over his driveway. He watches the low area of his field has drowned out even on the dry years to a certain extent. So he thought, well, why not make the hole bigger and fill in some of the areas that drown out, catch water, and make it all more productive. So it's a long-term investment, and it's some work, but it sure helps just to have a little more water in July and August.
I don't know what all Nathan and Greg filmed today. We did a lot of maintenance stuff. I cleaned out the M7 tractor cab. I haven't cleaned out the 7430 tractor cab. I washed out the back of my pickup. Nathan's pickup got washed. We cleaned up one lip of a shed that had some tin coming off. We worked on a wall of a different shed. And the whole time we did that, these cows were in here just munching away on this weed. So you saw the before video. Here's the after video. They'll eat this overnight. I have a wedding to go to tomorrow, but either in the morning I'll move them to somewhere else, or Sunday evening I'll open a gate and put them somewhere else. But I'll give them a little feed tomorrow. Spend tomorrow tromping in what they haven't eaten and picking on any more leaves, along these gates and anything that's left, until it's clean, like the lawnmowers they are. These cattle get 2 more days here, about 3 more feedings. They'll be off to whoever buys them to finish them. Really excited. hoping to break our heifer best price ever sold. The board is up even higher than it was last Monday when we sold steers. Shouldn't be talking, I'm spooking though.
Changing the oil on one of our semis. I think it was the Welkers that gave me this idea to cut off a old shuttle. When it's that big, it doesn't have to be very deep to catch 10-gallon oil or whatever it is. And then we'll just dump it with a tractor. I could have cut it off a little shorter though, but I can trim it, I guess. Yeah, weed eaters do their job this afternoon in this alleyway. Hey! Now it's time to go back into their pen so I can feed. Go on. Hey! Yeah, I know. You want to stay on the green probably, but I need to be able to drive around here. We'll let you out on some more tomorrow. Gonna do the chores. Kendall's at a wedding. I was working on my chicken coop this afternoon. I keep forgetting to show you guys that. Next week's gonna be a busy week, ladies. Not for you guys, hopefully.
Is this a smoothie?
What is this? It's a pea. What is this? No, it's
Go!
no. I got this. Yeah. I did that. Actually, we did 2 at a time, baby.
Well, let's go down the slide and we'll go potty. Oh, you already went potty.
Go, Steel!
Good job.
Owen, come on. We're gonna go. Well, it's the start of a big week. We got the sprayer up and running here, doing a little bit of maintenance, checking over some things. Then we'll probably get the drill going. It's like borderline wet, but it's definitely dried a lot yesterday. The hills should be all right, and it'll dry a lot more today. So we're gonna try to get the drilling and planting done, and I think we could cut wheat like Wednesday. Greg might want to try Tuesday, but I don't know if we'll be ready Tuesday. I don't know if the wheat will be ready, but over by Lindsberg, it's pretty ripe. This stuff is probably 4 or 5 days away, but it's coming.
All right, Monday morning, big week ahead of us. Gonna get started with the air seeder this morning. So time to open up our power lift door and back everything out. Let's get it. Nathan's getting ready to go spray over there. Mom is taking the tender truck to meet Nathan at the field, so she'll be following him around all morning. He's gonna be spraying. I put some seed in the drill here, and we're gonna go plant some beans.
Greg's going to drill some beans. I'm getting ready to spray. Kendall got some cattle to haul in, so we'll have 62 less to feed during wheat harvest and hopefully get a nice check for him. And then he's gonna swath some brome waterways. You can see I've got some good weeds growing on the outrounds here. Out in the middle, I'm impressed at how clean it's actually stayed. But they're coming and they're getting bigger.
Okay, I'm here ready to unload these heifers, 62 on there. Hopefully they weigh just a touch over 800 pounds. Some of them were bought as weaned in March. A lot of them were bought as off the cow in the end of February, right there, March 10th or March 20th, which I think the March 20th purchase puts us at 81 days. So we'll see if how these heifers gained. Good group of heifers. Some of them came from right here in Salina and some from Belleville.
Getting after it. Putting some beans in the ground. Nathan just got here with the sprayer. So he's gonna spray this field as I plant it. This is the same field that was probably in the last video that Nathan planted when it was raining, and Owen was sleeping on the floor, and he finished the field right as it rained. So he got 45 acres done that night, and I've got another 45 done here this morning. After that last rain, now we finally dried up again, and now it looks like this whole week, today's Monday, looks like this whole week will be hot and dry. So we're gonna plant like crazy today. Yeah, it's gonna be a full go week, all hands on deck. Planting, harvesting, spraying, haying, exciting time of year on the farm.
The Lord has blessed us with a northwest wind today and a south wind tomorrow. So we will be taking that into consideration. I'm always trying to, think about which way the wind's going to be blowing and what susceptible crops or whatever are on either side of each field we have to do. Today I'm focusing on the crops where a northwest wind is beneficial, and tomorrow I'll come back do the other. So like we have, for example, I'm gonna spray on my field the north part of it, and then everything to the north of it, the wind will be blowing away from it. But I'm not gonna do the south edge yet because we personally have corn and forage sorghum across the road, and I'd rather not ding that with the wind blowing towards that. So I'll come back tomorrow and I'll spray along the road so that the wind's blowing the other way. There's lots that goes into it, but we try to, take into account people's houses and people's gardens and other farmers' fields and our own fields. I've drifted on my own field plenty times before, and I'm more likely to drift on my own field than a neighbor's.
86.5, 287, 86.5.
I had a O-ring leaking hydraulic oil on the sprayer, so I had to run to Napa in Bricana's minivan. Look who it is, showing up to next field.
Look who made it. Look who showed up to the party. He's gonna be across the road though.
We don't end up on the same field very often, but that's how it worked out this time. Pretty field to be working on.
All right, done with the field. Heading to the next one. Got 2 fields done today. Gonna start a third. Beautiful night. I have been in this air seeder since about 9 o'clock this morning, and it is currently 9 o'clock in the evening. I feel like I've been through the different stages of tractor time, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, you got your bored stage, your jamming out to music stage, your podcast stage, your falling asleep stage, of course. Then your freshly caffeinated stage. Right now, I'm like on my second wind late in the day. I've got some energy again. But I was pretty sleepy there a couple hours ago. Right before you eat the evening meal, you get kind of sleepy. So now that I've eaten, gotten another field done, feeling good. I don't know how late I'll go tonight, but it's wheat harvest season, so ain't no stopping. All right, next morning, getting ready to go here. That's what I got done last night. Everything up to here. And then Kobe and I are gonna get after it this morning.
Another day, another dollar. We don't know if we're spending it or making it yet. Look at that corn. Happy corn. Time to fill.
Got 2 tractors going in this other field. I can't see the other one. Look at that corn growing. It's beautiful.
I've been spraying for like 2 days straight, and I'm tired. And I know some people spray all week for weeks on end, but I'm glad I don't usually have to do that. We change it up a little bit. Basically, I've sprayed all the soybean ground that didn't get planted earlier, which was like 2/3 and 3/4 of it. So we're gonna drill a forage for my uncle, so I sprayed it. Now I'm finishing the day on the field where we chopped wheat. So we are now on to milo ground. We're gonna put milo where we chopped this wheat. So it was greening back up and trying to head again, which kind of surprised me. It's supposed to be windy for a few days too. And we're also hoping to start cutting wheat. So tomorrow I'm gonna put on our easy drops, fertilize the corn. That might take 2 days because we're doing more than we ever have before, so we'll see if I regret that. So I probably still won't get to drill or plant much.
All right, Kendall's trading me off. Brookanna came to get me. How's it going, Brighton? Did you miss Daddy?
She really wanted to dig in the dirt with you.
Oh, you want to go dig in the dirt with me?
Mhm.
You still want to?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go check the beans. There he goes. Can you say bye, Kendall?
Bye, Kendall.
Did we find some beans?
Yeah.
Let's find another one.
I'm picking up.
There's one. What is that?
Bean.
A soybean. A little baby soybean. Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.